Gotcha. I'm trying to keep this clean for YouTube, but anyway. So, I was just thinking about this the other day, right? So, because I was thinking about jobs and this and that and whatnot. Who remembers when job applications were so much simpler? Job applications nowadays, luckily with the job I have now, the job application was like, okay, put in your resume and then you're good. Back in the day when I was like 16, 17, 18, it was just getting into that transition of the job application was simple. You know, you put your name and, address, the application, and then plus attach your resume to it has gotten more freaking complicated and long. Like, I remember when I first started putting in job applications, there was some job applications that was just simple, quick, whatever. But then there was some applications is like, okay, so you put in the application, your name, this, that, regular information, this, that, and the other. Yeah, I'll talk to you in a second. I'm talking to my audience here. But anyway, but it used to be, where was I at? Okay, so this be some job application that it would literally take a freaking hour to do, and then it repeats itself. So it's like, okay, you submit the application, you put in the application, and then it has the option for you to put in your resume, and then it will automatically, generate the fields for you. But then after you submit your resume, it asks you again. Like,
what's the point of me submitting my resume if you're just going to ask me the same stuff over again? Where did you work at?
This is where my resume is for. So you mean to tell me I have to submit my resume and then enter my previous job history again? I remember when I was 16, 17, and I was looking for a job. I literally told my dad one time, right? I was like, it takes me a while to do a job application. Man, he was like, nah, it shouldn't take you that long. This, that, and the other. Now, this is before, he knew about the whole application process online. Because my dad had been the same job for over 20 years. But, like, job applications are long. You could literally be doing a job application for hours. And then they ask you these crazy questions. What would you do if Bob was to see Shaniqua, be twerking? What would you do? What do you mean what I would do? I'd be right there with Bob just looking while she twerking. I'm like, and then get back to work. What do you mean, what would I do? I'd be right there with Bob. I'm like, hey, she twerking. Like, you'll literally be on a job application for an hour. Like, my dad literally was like, it should not take you that long to do a job application. Years later, now he knows. But I'm like, why is it taking me so long to do this application? Now, you still have the more simplistic application, name, address, this, that, whoop-de-whoop, job experience, this, that, and the other. Cool. But some of these job applications be asking the most. Like, again, why do I have to submit my resume if you're just going to ask me to put down my job experience? So then you have to... I'm telling you, like, I miss the days where, even though with job applications, when I started really like looking for a real job per se, it's just job applications. Wait a second, what is she just down there? I don't care. Job applications are long for no reason. Like, why is it so long? And then it asks you, why you want to work here? Why do I want to work here?
Because I'm broke.
I need money. I need a paycheck. I mean, I know why they ask that and all that stuff, but come on now. You're going to ask me, why do you think you'll be the best for the company? Shoot, I work hard, and I'm tired of being broke. So because I don't want to be broke, I'm going to come to work every single day. Why be being so repetitive on the job application? But yeah, these job applications be asking weird questions and this, that, and the other, and then, like, why? All right, let me talk to you real quick, Max. But yeah, job applications, it's just, why is it so complicated? Just let me put my information in and this and that, and you're going to ask me questions, write a paragraph about this, that, and the other. I can do that during the interview. Like, by the time I'm finished with the application, which takes about 2, 3, 4 hours, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, me putting in this application, you'll know more about me before we even get to the interview. Before I even answer the question, but they'll ask me a question, but like, so what do you like to do in your spare time? Well, according to your application, you like to play video games in your spare time. Why even ask me? Oh gosh, just why job applications have to be so complicated. Submit your resume. Now tell me your work history. Now while I tell you your work history, can you submit your resume again? But that's why like the current job that I have now, it was all I had to do was submit my resume, and it was like one of those little auto submit whatever. But I'm just glad I had to do that because it was some jobs that I had to apply before that you have to go through this whole process and this and that and whoop and just I wish job applications was more simple. Just that's all. It shouldn't take me like 2 hours to do. I keep changing the time. It shouldn't take me 2 hours to finish a third job application. I understand they're investing in me, but at the same time, come on now. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get out of poverty. Come on now. Like, even like jobs like McDonald's and all this stuff, you have to go through a whole questionnaire and all this. You're supposed to ask me that. I mean, I guess it kind of roots out some of the people you don't want, but at the same time, come on now. But yeah, job applications, why are they so hard? I mean, I wish they were so much simpler, but I mean, it is what it is, but make them shorter. I'm talking about the big corporate companies, because like those are the ones that have the huge job applications. After either that or like the big hospitals and all this stuff, which is still ran by corporations. But please make it so much simpler. That's all I gotta say about job applications. I mean, I don't know why that was a part of my notes, but I mean, it is what it is. Alright y'all, that's it for today's video. And as usual, if you like this video, go ahead and press the like button. If you dislike this video, hopefully you didn't. But if you did dislike this video, go ahead and press the dislike button because I always appreciate honesty. Drop a comment below, subscribe to my channel, and until next time, promoting peace, gaming, and wings.